So I get an email the other day saying, we're replacing your modem for free. Your other one's not going to work in 30 days unless you follow our advice. And so they're sending me this new modem. I have lots of questions and queries. Why are you doing this to me? Is it 5G? Is it 10G? How do I turn it off? And then I called them, and the response I got scared me half to death. So I have a healthy amount of paranoia and distrust of our society, and I noticed when I bought my little meter that I'm in the danger zone at all times here. No matter what, you see the yellow, no matter where I point it, red now, just sitting here is red. I know you maybe can't see it, but as I get closer to the window, oh God, it's not showing it. Oh, damn you, straight to hell. No, I look crazy. It's like when you call the police, there's someone in my house. Like, there's no one here. I'm like, he's here. Help. Why aren't you doing your job? So I'm always like being bombarded, even when the power outage happens. It's like, oh, cool, I'll test it now. It's still super high. So I don't know if there's a 5G tower on my roof or in that apartment. Somehow, can you even buy them on Amazon or something? Someone owns a 5G tower in their apartment and it's pointed at me. And so when I get this email saying, we're sending you this new modem, I'm thinking, what's that capable of? And how do I disarm it? So I called him up and he's like, yeah, we're sending you. I just asked him why. Like, why are you sending this? What is it capable of? And he's like, oh, it's just our old contract with the old modem ran out and we're no longer allowed to use that. That sounded fishy. So whatever business deals, oh, you can no longer use the thing you already bought. Makes no sense. And then he said, this thing's more capable and it's free. Enjoy the gift. I'm like, how do I turn it off? I just want to turn it off, the 5G. And he's like, you can do that. He was like, why would anyone want to do that? But okay. So he teaches me how to do it. He sends me to a website. Did you know that you could turn your Wi-Fi off from a website? Some like number site. It's different, like 198.162. You go there, and then there's this little section. He says, click on the wireless. So I did. He's like, click on 5G. I'm like, you can't click on a damn thing on this thing. You know that, right? So I'm like, I can't click. And he's like, that's weird. And here's where he said it. I'll never be the same. He said, can you show me? Let me look through your camera's phone. What? Your phone's camera. And then I'll guide you. I'm like, what do you mean? You have that access to my phone for some reason? What are you talking about? You'll look through my phone. So he wanted to connect to the phone that he's probably already connected to. And then I would point it at my screen. Okay, just take control of my phone. Look at me. Who's looking at me right now? Who's in control of this thing? Why do you have access to my phone? We all knew that, I think. Like, oh, they're tracking us, and we laugh it off as a joke. Like, they're listening to everything I say. Google. If you have an Alexa in your house, like, are you joking? You're just going to let Google learn from your family how to kill you? He's learning your weak points. It's like, oh yeah, okay, the dad has a gluten intolerance. Wife can't eat corn. All right, we know how to flood them. He's scared of spiders. Remember that? But what the hell is that? Your internet company can take over your phone remotely if you give them permission or if they feel like it anyways. They don't even need your permission. They're just being nice and pretending that they need your permission. So I was like, no. Can I just email you a photo, perhaps? Like the good old days? Maybe I'll write a letter instead and draw what I'm seeing and why I can't click on those things. There's no clicky thing. Yeah, I see the 5G section. There's nothing to click on it, though. Apparently, I was in the wrong section. There was a top bar that also had a wireless tab. I clicked on that and then we figured it out. So now I disabled my Wi-Fi and I feel so safe. And I measured it, and it totally works. I put this meter there. It was like red zone beaming. And then I went here, turned it off, ran, looked, and it shut down. It was still in an orange zone, unsafe for mankind, but better. Now, I'm just exaggerating for humor purposes in this video. I'm not paranoid. I'm not spending lots of time looking at this meter all day long and surrounding myself in tin cabinets, and I'm just like joking, but also promoting awareness that it is a thing, and we are bombarded with frequencies that our grandparents weren't, and that's why they lived till 100 and we don't. All they had was the radio, freaking weak signals, AM, FM. It's like, ow, my elbow hurts a bit from that. We're getting like, oh, I have 6 stages of cancer in my bones. 5G, thank you. So it's like, it's a thing. You should know. And we go for walks every night, so I decided to bring this just to see, like, what's the town measuring. It was basically red zone all the time, no matter where we went. I found one safe spot in the hallway. I might live out there. It was green. I've never seen green even in here. Even like the back wall is the best. It's like low yellow. But green out in that hallway was fantastic. So I'm moving to the country, a country without internet, and I will upload these videos through pigeons. They will fly them to you. But it's totally a thing, and there are many families who, like, they don't feel right, something's off, and then they do a bunch of research, and they're like, oh, I'm living right next to a cell tower, and then they paint their walls with that EMF shielding paint, and then it's like, oh, I can sleep again. Okay, so like it's definitely a thing, and you should try to minimize it as much as possible. You can get a little tri-meter through my affiliate links, of course. Wow, they're not cheap. This is a good one. I spent like $230 or something. I was like, get the best one you can. It'll last forever pretty much. Then you can test all these things and paranoia yourself to sleep. So here are some tips if you want to avoid radioactive death. 1, ground yourself as much as possible. I do believe if you're standing next to a 5G tower, staring it right in the eyes, if you're grounded, that's going to be okay. It's going to bounce right off you. If not, go through your body, and then the earth will take the burden from you. So ground as much as possible, at least once a day, if you could. Come on. I do not trust those grounding mats that plug into the wall. I've measured them with meters. They appear to be doing that thing, but there's a dirty electricity that comes with it that's not showing up in the meter. Be wary with that. Unless it's plugged into the ground with a long-ass cord, that's the only way I would use one of those mats. Houses are better than apartments unless you have a smart meter on your house. Then you could have some nightmares there, but I feel like apartments, everybody has Wi-Fi and it's bouncing off each other, and then there's things on the roof and all these towers, and it just multiplies. It's tough to get a safe zone in an apartment. Your bed might be next to your neighbor's bed, and they just happen to have their Wi-Fi modem right there. So if you have a Wi-Fi modem, turn it off when you don't need it, but also have it the farthest away in your house that's possible. And then you get the long ass Ethernet cords, 50 feet or more, and then your laptop, you're far away from the source. Also, there is EMF shielding clothing. I don't know, like you would only have one outfit at that point. It's a futuristic society that you could start now, and you could be the trend center of it. That wasn't even a word. But like you could start that trend, and I would follow it. So just have your metallic suit. It's just normal clothing, just stuff weaved into it. But like, I change shirts sometimes. So you would need like 20 of them. That would be an upfront investment that might never pay off. But there's that. There's EMF shielding paint. There's a Faraday cage for your phone, but my fiance has one, and so I called her and it rang in the cage. So I was like, that does nothing. But it's something to think about, and it could be responsible for some symptoms that you're feeling right now and you don't even know it. It could be a bit of depression and you're like, why am I so sad? Turn off your Wi-Fi modem and see. But like, you might not even be in a safe zone anyway. You might be bombarded, so try to get out. Bring a meter, go out in nature, find a safe spot, and then see how you feel there. It's like, do I feel better? So it's worth looking into and doing what you can to avoid the frequencies and strengthen your own frequency by believing that you are better than a tower. That's worth a thumb up. If you're thumbing this video down, it's because you have your Wi-Fi modem in your lap. You want the best signal, so you can scroll through Instagram finding kittens saving their family members from dogs, because cats are braver than you, and they're nice. And I will get one day when I move to the country and he can go outside, and I'll strap a little action cam to him and he'll run around and you'll see him chew the head off a rat, and it'll be a good video. So subscribe for that. Thank you for the Bitcoin donations. Subscribe for my way now, Sandy.